Welcome down to episode 172 of the Down South Photo Show with me, Brendan Waits, here in Kangaroo Island, South Australia. And the guy next to me,
in person,
not on the other screen, it's Cam Blake from Hobart, Tasmania. Hello, Cameron.
Hello, Brendan. How are you? Welcome to Kangaroo Island. Where the hell are we?
Well, we have found a spot. Look at this. We're kind of hoping that the light will come, so we might cut this off and finish recording in the car on the way back. But we've been scouting Kangaroo Island here in beautiful South Australia, and we're on day 3 of our scouting trip, day 3 of 4. We're back tomorrow. We get back on the ferry tomorrow. And look, so far so good, wouldn't you say?
Oh, it's been amazing, yeah. It's a bigger island than we thought,
Yeah.
but it's got a lot of little hidden gems and not so hidden gems, and it seems to turn the light on most days, which is nice, and there's lots of bird life. That'll be an eagle, is it?
I think we've got a bird of prey of some kind going over us. And as we speak, this is not live, but it's recorded live. So anything could happen while we do this episode. If you're listening to us in the car, we do recommend you jump on the YouTubes and check it out, because you can see some lovely scenery behind us. What we're going to do is, and you would have seen by the thumbnail already, is a relatively short episode just to let you know what we've got up to here on Kangaroo Island. Then next week we'll show some more photos and show off exactly what this island's got to offer. Cam, if you had to narrow it down to, let's say, a top 4 places here on Kangaroo Island,
Yes.
that you've really enjoyed and that we'll take our clients to when we come here next year, what would they be?
I don't think you can give a top 4. I think the whole place is pretty spectacular, but if I had my favourite, where we went today to the Admiral's Arch was very cool. That was very cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, the remarkable rocks are pretty much the jewel in the crown of this island, as photographically wise. Some may disagree. We've seen the Duck Hole Lagoon. That was really cool for wildlife and koalas. And where we are here is pretty good. Everywhere it's been good. There's lots of, it's pretty hard to make 4, but there's lots of, at least half a dozen that are really, really cool spots. So, looking forward to it.
Yeah, for me, because you're going to ask me then.
So, Brendan, what would be your top 12?
Without a shadow of a doubt, as stunning as some of the landscapes here on Kangaroo Island are, it's the wildlife. The wildlife here is phenomenal. There is access to wildlife here that you don't get at many places on mainland Australia. And first and foremost, it's the seals. The seal colonies have blown my mind. I've been really, really impressed with the access that we've got to the seals. Being able to, in some cases, a lens like this, which is a 150 to 500, we'll touch on this in a minute, is too much zoom. So that should tell you all you need to know about access to wildlife here on Kangaroo Island. We did Seal Bay.
Seal Bay.
Seal Bay, and it's phenomenal. It's a conservation area for seals here in fur seals and sea lions here in South Australia. As a couple of galahs fly over, hopefully you can hear those above the waves.
Yeah, they're going to fly through.
That'd be nice. No, they're not. You scared them.
Yeah.
The seals for me have sealed the deal. I think that's been the number one highlight for me, but definitely remarkable rocks.
My number 1 highlight would have been today as well.
Yeah.
Winning the mini golf championship. Yes. How many shots was it, man?
No, it's about 3 or 5. Five in the end. 5 in the end. Yeah.
But you're right. The seals are good. The wildlife's fantastic. The coastal scenes are fantastic. Real dramatic coastline down at Flinders Chase, which I like. But yeah, access is good, and it's not busy. Like, we're coming here at a similar time next year.
Yeah.
There's no one here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm struggling to find why everyone says, "Oh, if you go to Kangaroo Island, it's really busy." Like, we've seen, I don't know, people. Look at the light out the back there. Just looking at it. It's not many people, which I think is a benefit. We're coming here in June next year, which will be a quiet season. We've spoken to all the locals. They've all said it's going to be quiet. We will have the place to ourselves. We've had places to ourselves.
Yeah.
Like the Remarkable Rocks, we had to ourselves on a sunset.
Yeah.
So that's it.
It's actually been insane. We got here the first day and just hightailed it to Remarkable Rocks, mainly because, as Cam said, that is the jewel in the crown of Kangaroo Island. And it's the spot we wanted to get shots of the most. And when we saw that the sunset was going to be decent, we thought, well, let's make hay while the sun shines. Got down there. Literally the only people there. We did have one couple come in, but they left pretty quickly because it was blowing a gale and a bit cold. And then Admiral's Arch today, they're on our own.
we had that for an hour on our own, and then a couple came down. It's never been any more than a couple. So look, if you are, we're probably going to sell this trip out pretty quick for next year, June 23rd to 27th. But I reckon if you're not coming on our trip because you've missed out and you've been too slow, still come down here. Like it's a ferry ride across. But this time of year, it's a bit cold, obviously. We've had a little bit of weather. We've had some rain come through, but we've always had some nice evenings. But get here on your own, and you will have the place to yourself.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's lovely. It's really good.
Yeah, it's great. As Cam said, the island, and I'm really glad that we've done this scouting trip for a couple of reasons. One, we get to hang out and take some awesome photos in a great place. But more importantly, we got to actually work things out logistically in terms of distances, because this is a big island. Now, what did you say today? Was it the third biggest island in Australia? Or?
It is the third biggest island away from the mainland of Australia, behind Tasmania and Melville Island, I think
Melville
it was.
Island.
Yeah, so it's a big island. It's about 160, 170 k's lengthwise and maybe 40 or 50 k's widthwise.
Yeah, at least
so
50 k's widthwise.
It's 4,400 square kilometres. That's a lot.
Yeah, and that's a big place. Luckily, though, Flinders Chase has a lot of locations that are quite close, which is great, which means we get to spend a full day down there, sunrise to sunset, which is going to be awesome next year when we do the tour. But yeah, and the great thing is, along the way, though, there's a lot of great things to see as well, like Seal Cove, like Vivon Bay. Vivon Bay is a beautiful bay, rated by, I think, Australian Traveller as the best beach in Australia last year.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
You wouldn't concur?
No, Tasmania's got the best beaches, we know that. But yeah, no, you're right. It's got some amazing beaches, and it's been really interesting. Sort of, like I'd never been here before. I had no real expectations apart from what I'd seen, and even just talking about spots that you're talking about, like driving around. There's little bits in between. We just found a really cool avenue of trees with a zigzag dirt road going through it, which we've only found because we're coming here. That's a shot and a half. So yeah, doing our research. That's what the whole idea is, to make sure we sort of tick off as many places as we can for customers and not just get here and make it up as we go. That doesn't work sometimes. So, yeah.
I would think next week's episode will have, we might pick our top 5 shots from Kangaroo Island each and run through them. That'll be cool. But yeah, already I'm going to find that difficult. I think, yesterday alone, personally, I shot close to 1,500 frames, which is ludicrous, but that's just...
1,000 of those were of one scene.
It was great. The seals for me is what did it. I just thought that was absolutely phenomenal. Speaking of gear, Cam, we learnt a couple of weeks ago that you're using Leica. What model is this?
This is the SL3, which I currently have a 14 to 24 on, and I've also got a 70 to 200, which you're regretting you didn't bring or have.
Yes.
So far, so good. Putting it through its paces. It got pretty wet today. Dried it off, all good. The quality of the images are coming out nice. The weight of it's not giving me too much grief, which can happen with some of these fuller frame cameras. Battery life's been a bit iffy.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay, but I'm going through a battery and a half a day, which is okay.
Yeah. Now, would you just put that down to the fact that you're shooting full frame, 50 megapixel?
60 megapixel full frame.
Yep.
Yeah, probably. I don't. Maybe the capacity of the battery is not as much. Yep. Coming from my Olympus camera, which I've got as well here, you can go a day and a half without a change of battery. So different systems, different batteries.
Yeah.
But it's going well. But it's not as new as your camera.
No. This is the Nikon Z5 Mark II. Had to because I've also got with me a Z50 Mark II, which is the APS-C version of this camera. APS-C, for those of you playing along at home, is basically half the size of a full-frame camera. This is
man coming down the street.
This is the first time that I've ever done full-frame, so I'm very excited to have the Z5 II in my hands. We've got some people that have rocked up and are checking out this awesome place like we are, hoping that the light will kick off so they get some great photos like we're about to as well.
We could cut and come back.
Huh?
We could cut and come back.
Oh, no, we can't do that. We like an audience. How you going?
Yeah, don't mind us. We're just recording.
We're just recording a podcast.
Yeah, right.
No cuts when you're live. So the Nikon Z5 II, I've been super impressed with it. I'm not paid by Nikon to say that. I chose off my own bat to go back to Nikon, where I got my start years ago. However, I must say the good folks at Blonde Robot have loaned me a couple of Tamron lenses to try out. I've got the 150 to 500 here, which has been an absolute godsend for the seals. Well, for all the wildlife.
Yeah.
The bird tracking on this thing is fantastic. I've been really, really impressed with that. It's awesome. That's awesome.
Go through.
Yeah. No, we would rather you did. We'll have a live audience. So while we've just had a bit of a chat with some of the other tourists around, Cam's getting some photos. So thanks to Tamron, thanks to Blonde Robot for loaning me this lens. They also loaned me their 16 to 30 f2.8, which has proven to be a godsend as well because it's ultra wide. Now, Cam mentioned before.
Well, I was just going to say, I heard a rumour about Blonde Robot and Tamron. Is that they may have a new ambassador replacing an older ambassador.
Sure.
So,
who's that?
Glyn Lavender's watching. Unfortunately, Glyn, Brendan has now taken your role.
It's highly unlikely that he'd be watching.
I think you said you were better than him or something.
And now you're actually trolling me from 1 foot away instead of 2.
Yeah.
That's great. And on our own podcast, what's more. But yeah, I am missing the gap, the 70 to 200 gap. Because this finishes, this starts at 150 and the other lens is, I've got my...
Let me hold that one.
Thank you. I've got my 24 to 70 with me, so I've got a gap of 70 to 150 basically, which isn't a great loss, but it's a couple of times I was like, there it is. And I knew that would happen too, where I'd need that. So a 70 to 200 is on my horizon for this camera.
Now, question without notice.
Yes.
Let's interview you.
Yes.
You've got the new Z5
Yes.
Mark II.
Yes.
What's your favourite feature of this camera so far since you've had it?
I think speed of autofocus has really impressed me. The bird detect has been fantastic. I think overall speed is good. It's taken me, coming from another system, it's taken me a bit of time to get used to, where everything is and the dials are. I can't wait to set up the user modes, U1, U2, U3, where I can set up my own my presets, if you like. So when I'm shooting birds, I can go straight to birds. When I'm shooting landscape, etc. But I think as well, it's the excitement of full frame. I think full frame is helping me a lot more with particularly zooming and cropping, and taking out distractions and things like that, and getting so close to, like, you've already got a framed up of a seal, for example, and then just zooming right in on its face, its whiskers, and maintaining very usable quality. So I think that's been the big jump for me. Battery life has been outstanding on this thing. Really, really impressed with battery life. As the light improves, we might have to cut this short.
Yeah, it's getting good. So can I ask a question about your Nikon?
Yes.
Why do they call everything different to every other brand? So we're not custom mode, it's a user mode.
Yep.
It's not image ratio, it's image size.
Yep.
Are they taking the piss?
Probably. It hasn't worried me though, because I think a lot of it still harkens back to, I've got a Nikon D750, I used to shoot a D90, a lot of that's all very, very similar. It didn't take me long to find monochrome, which sort of surprised us both.
Yes.
It was sort of on a button and we were able to find that. It's got the info button on the back and also this button on the top, which basically lets you set monochrome, vivid, all that sort of stuff.
Very customizable.
Very customizable, of which I've done bugger all so far, but we'll get there.
At what stage do we say this light's getting really good and we need to probably stop recording?
Probably in another couple of minutes, because I've got a question for you.
Oh, right, for me.
Yeah, without notice as well. The Leica gear, you took a shot last night of a Pacific gull.
Yes.
With the eye detection. Did it have eye detection, or
no? That was no eye detection. That was just
focus.
That was just focusing on the eye.
Superstar. Hopefully we can put that shot up next week, because that was
pretty
an
cool.
Absolute cracker. Beautiful depth. So the Leica system overall, it's performing for you. You're happy?
Yeah, it's different to the Olympus system, and same as different to the Nikon system. We get all that. What I am liking is, and a lot of people say it, and it is wanky, but they certainly have a certain feel to their files. It's almost a bit, they don't feel like they're saturated files, like the colours seem really natural, which is what I'm liking. I'm not playing around anywhere near as much contrast and things like that. But so I'm enjoying it. The lenses are really sharp, the quality is really good. There's a few little twerks with the camera and the power button that take a bit to get used to. The menu system on that's fairly simple, but some of the user profiles that I've tried to set up aren't as user-friendly as I thought. So again, it's just the same as you, getting used to the camera as much as I can. But so far so good. Again, are they worth the money? Probably not. But they're good. They're lovely to use, and so far so good. Again, I think I said it to a customer the other day. Like, without sounding like a complete tosser, like you can pretty much put a camera in our hands and we'll still get nice shots.
Yep.
So it's nothing to do with the camera as such. It's more to do with the people operating it. The same with the people that watch and people that we have on our trips as well. It's more about the user than the camera. So I just like the lenses. I like the feel of it. Having fun.
Yeah. Well, that was one point that I guess I've overlooked, is the value for money of the Z5 II.
Yeah.
$2,500. It's and again, $2,500 is a lot of money, but for what you get comparable to the rest of the market right now,
Yeah.
I doubt that you'd find a camera with more features, including weatherproof.
Yes.
Which you don't normally get in a full frame camera at that price tag. I think you've got to go, $3.5, $4,000 with Canon and Sony to get that. So that's really impressed me. Look, and to be honest, I've barely had the thing, a week. So, I'm keen to get the files downloaded and get them onto a bigger screen and really have a play with it and find out its limitations, because I think that's important to know what your camera can't do more than what it can do. Know where the edges of that of the working space are, so you can work within them. So but so far so good. Julie from Nikon, you can load me up if you like. I'll see you at BFOP.
Did you buy it from Julie?
No, I didn't in the end. Didn't even bother her. I'm sure Julie gets lots of requests from professional photographers, so I didn't really want to bother her. I just wanted to go buy one. The good folks at DigiDirect looked after me on this occasion, because they were the ones who had stock. Mark, shout out to Mark at DigiDirect. So, look, we might wrap this up because I think the light is about to kick right off. I know it doesn't kind of look it yet, but looking out to here, we've got a lot of sunlight about.
I think we've got a bit of light breaking under these clouds. We've got a beautiful bit of water. It's hard for the viewers to see it, but behind us we've got the sun really glistening off that water. We've got some beautiful red cliffs here, bit of colour in the clouds, and behind us is looking good. But so we'll wrap it up there, I guess. Next week we'll show some photos off.
Definitely.
If you are listening to this and watching this, www.dsps.com.au.
Yes.
We at present we have 3 spots left on this workshop already. It's almost sold out in a day and a half. So if you're lucky enough to hear this and you can get online and take a look, hopefully there's a spot for you. We will be doing it the next year. If we got enough interest, who knows? Maybe we'll do another one next year sometime or something like that. But jump online, have a look. Look out for our photos, and anything else to add on to that?
Well, just a special thanks to those of you who've already booked a spot for Kangaroo Island. You're going to love it. It's awesome. We can't wait to show it off. So in a nutshell, this has been episode 172 of the Down South Photo Show. We will see you for episode 173 next week with lots of photos from Kangaroo Island. I guess that's it. Say goodbye, Cameron.
Goodbye, Cameron.
Bye for now. See ya. Nicely done.